Welcome to the Isles Report, where we bring you the latest. In retail news, here is your host, Damon.
Winn-Dixie leaving Louisiana as company rebrands, refocuses on Florida. Retailers dealing with increasing levels of theft and violence. Southeastern Grocers SEGI announced Tuesday that it will rebrand as the Winn-Dixie Company and pull out of most locations outside of Florida. This means the company will exit the Louisiana market entirely, selling its last 13 remaining stores in the state. For a century, Winn-Dixie has proudly called Florida home. Our story is built on the resilience and spirit of its people, and that foundation will guide our future, said Anthony Hucker, chairman and CEO of Southeastern Grocers. As we enter our next century as the Winn-Dixie Company, a brand new 100-year-old company, we are accelerating growth where our roots run deepest while staying true to our purpose of feeding and enriching the communities, families, and neighbors who have supported us for generations. SEG plans to complete all store closures by the end of 2025. The future of Winn-Dixie locations in New Orleans and the North Shore remains unclear. But NOLA.com reports 2 stores in Baton Rouge will be sold to Texas-based Brookshire Grocery Company. Both stores, located on Segan Lane and Coursey Boulevard, will close November 16th and reopen later that week as Super One Foods. Brookshire says all qualified Winn-Dixie employees will be offered positions. Brookshire previously purchased and rebranded 8 Louisiana Winn-Dixie stores as Super One Foods in 2018. In recent years, German-owned grocer Aldi has also expanded in the region, acquiring 22 Winn-Dixie stores in South Louisiana and converting several, including locations in Metairie, Gretna, and Gonzales. According to the Impact of Theft and Violence 2025, a new study from the National Retail Federation NRF and the Loss Prevention Research Council and sponsored by Sensormatic Solutions, retailers saw an 18% increase in the average number of shoplifting incidents annually in 2024 versus 2023, while threats or acts of violence during shoplifting or theft incidents rose 17% during that same time period. Retailers are contending with rising levels of theft, fraud, and violence while continuing to refine security measures, utilize technologies, and partner with law enforcement in efforts to curtail loss across the retail landscape, said David Johnston, VP for Asset Protection and Retail Operations at Washington, D.C.-based NRF, the world's largest retail trade association. While some progress is apparent, organized theft groups have expanded their scope, taking advantage of retailers' strained resources and lagging prosecutorial support nationwide. The report shows that organized retail crime ORC operations are moving beyond brick-and-mortar store theft into more sophisticated forms, with organized groups diversifying their criminal portfolios. More than half of retailers surveyed cited increases in phone scams, 70%, digital and e-commerce frauds 55%, shoplifting and merchandise theft 52%, and cargo or supply chain thefts 50% undertaken by ORC groups over the past 12 months. Additionally, 66% of retailers surveyed noted the involvement of a transnational ORC group in thefts against their company during the past year. Retailers pointed to limited law enforcement and retail asset protection resources and lack of prosecutors' willingness to prosecute as the top 3 reasons affecting retailers' ability to investigate or prosecute ORC activities. In the face of this growing threat, retailers have beefed up their investment in multi-layered security strategies. Exterior security, interior security, and merchandise protection were the top measures that retailers said they had spent more money on this past year. Among the solutions adopted were cameras, lighting, license plate readers, locking cases, and changing store layouts. This year's report is a reminder of the complexities we must navigate when it comes to the growing and evolving issue of retail theft and violence, said Tony Donofrio, president of Boca Raton, FLA.based Sensormatic Solutions, the global retail solutions portfolio of Johnson Controls. Our retail partners are making substantial investments in loss prevention, and technology is the crucial link in enabling asset protection teams to thwart these pervasive crimes. Related, ways that food retailers can better protect themselves from threats, as well as boosting their security investments. Retailers need to coordinate more closely with law enforcement and the judicial system to deter criminal actions against retailers. The majority, 64% of retailers surveyed, said that they reported less than half of their store-related theft incidents to law enforcement, with lack of law enforcement response given as the main reason for this. That's it for the Isles Report. This is Damon. Until next time.